Alright, so the last installment here is going to be Prosigns, and we're going to do this entirely different than we've done any of the others. I'm going to use my bug here, but it shouldn't be too big of a problem for you to follow. I mean, even if you're doing really slow, the characters are still the same, and I'm not going to send fast or anything. I just want you to hear the Prosigns, sing them with me just like we've done in every other thing. I'm just going to use the bug instead of the straight key. So bear with me. I think you'll find it. The whole format's going to be different here. Let's get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through just sending a message. What I did recently when I just got relicensed, and I had an Elmer that worked with me from SKCC, and he helped me get back up to speed on my keying. And I know that sounds funny, but I needed somebody to practice with. Is what is the situation? Is what I'm saying. I had somebody that's 3 days a week. I met at a certain time and practiced with them and got back up to speed quickly that way. So that's what helped me a lot, and I highly recommend that. If you'd like me to do that for you, please contact me personally. Get my email. You can get it off my qrz.com, and I'd be happy to help you out with that. Anyhow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through a session, and we'll, as we come to the Prosigns, we'll do it. Okay? So bear with me here. So you're going to call somebody. This is me, and I'm calling you. Okay? I'm calling you. You hear me, and you answer me. But when I call you, I use a different Prosign than I would if I was just calling CQ. If I'm calling CQ, I'm going to go, this is me, and I'm going to say, oops, wrong, sorry. I'm going to say, K, over, anybody, calling CQ, anybody out there, answer me, K, da-da-da, just a K, da-da-da, da-da-da. Just a K, over. Anybody out there, answer me. Now, this is me, and I'm calling you directly. We've got an appointment set up, or a sched as it's called, set up so that we're going to talk at a certain time on a certain day. So I have now called you, and I'm like, this is me. Da-dit-dit, D-E, da-dit-dit, this is, you should know that. Da-dit-dit, this is me. W5, F-I-V. Okay, and then I'm going to say, I've given your call signal, and I'm going to say, I do that wrong. I haven't used this bug in a long time, so I'm doing it wrong. I'm sorry. So, again, I've called you directly, and I want you to answer me, so I'm going to say KN. But all together as one sign, not two separate letters, KN. That means I want you to answer me. No, everybody else, nobody else, just you. I've called you directly, and I end that call with the Prosign KN, all as one Prosign, not two separate letters, one Prosign KN. And this is mechanical keys here, so it makes a little extra noise. So anyways, so now we've been talking, and you answer me and say your RST. Usually your is UR. Your RST. That's your signal report. You're going to give a signal report and a tone report. The T is for tone. How pure is the tone? And so the tone could be pure no matter how weak the signal is, or almost no matter how weak the signal is. But for the purposes of this, we're just going to say your RST is 559. In other words, I'm reading you. I'm sorry, 599. 599. Okay. .599. You're going to hear 9 shortened to N. Just N. So you'll hear it 5NN. same as 599. Okay, so that's a pretty much perfect signal. Okay, all right. If it's 5 it could be 559, 549, 459. Normally, though, unless there's something wrong with the signal, if the signal seems off frequency or something, then you would give them lesser of a tone report at the end. But as long as the tone is pure, you're going to give them that. Okay, so we're going to exchange that. You send me my 599, and I'm going to send you back FB. An old expression in radio is fine business. That's fine business. Good deal. You know, great to go. Great, way to go. Great going. Fine business. FB. And they send that as a pro sign most of the time. Shoot. Fine business, Jim. I got you. Most of the time, when you send somebody a message or an RST, they're going to come back. The first thing they're going to say is Roger. They're going to give you a double Roger. I heard you, and I got it all straight. Did audit, R for Roger. Did audit, R for Roger. I got it. I heard what you said. I got it all straight. You know, I didn't mess up. I understood what you were telling me. So now I'm going to ask you what's the weather, and you're going to need to look up abbreviations in Prosigns. Weather is shortened to WX. Weather, WX. That's not necessarily a pro sign. It's two letters. Just weather is WX, not as a pro sign, but WX. I may be confusing you by giving you these abbreviations and pro signs at the same time. I hope not. If I am, let me know in the comments, please. And by the way, please hit subscribe and leave comments. Hit the like button too. Thank you very much. Okay, so now I've said, well, how's the weather in your area there, John? And I'm going to say, I might say you are for your WX, your weather, and then I'm going to send you a question mark. Question mark is I, all as one pro sign. I, all as one pro sign. Your weather? Almost always send the pro sign twice. Almost always. Your weather. All right. All right. Question mark would be one of the most common pro signs you hear. So you're sending me back, and you told me about your weather, and now you want to tell me about your car. You bought a new car, so now we're finished with the weather, and you want to break to a new subject. Break. BT, one pro sign, two letters, one pro sign, no space between the letters. BT. BT. Da did da. Break. That just means break. I'm changing subjects. I've come to the end of that thought. It could be 1,000 different things, but you should be getting what I'm saying to you. That's just a break. That means I'm moving on from what I was doing. And sometimes with me, and I know for sure with other people, it also means, oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. Let me send a break right quick instead of just dead air. So that happens too. So I have finished my thought now after that break, and I'm going to send it back to you. Well, if it's been 10 minutes, and usually it's less than that, it's been 10 minutes, I'm going to fully identify. I'm going to give your call letters, my call letters, and then send KN. Dang it. It's very difficult to get this key adjusted to my hand. Okay, KN, da 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 dot it, da 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 dot it. In other words, okay, I'm sending it back to you, me. You know, I'm sending it back to you directly, not just anybody out there that wants to answer that question. Okay? And now I'm going to talk back to you. And I'm going to say whatever I say. And another way you can make a break is if you come to an end of a sentence, an end of a thought, you can send a period, which is da-da, da-da, da-da. At any speed, it's, as I've told you before, the speed is the speed that you're sending a message, the speed that you're sending words, not necessarily the speed you're making a letter. Okay, so da-da, da-da, da-da is a period. Alright? Now, I've finished that, and I'm saying, well, John, it's been nice talking to you. 73s. Appreciate the QSO. Q signals are used a lot because it shortens things up. You don't have to write so many things out. I've appreciated the QSO, and I got to go because the wife is calling me in to dinner. You know, so you're going to say those things. 73. Da da did it da da. 73. Best wishes. All the best from me to you. I'll give my call letters. And then AR, end of message. Anytime you want to send end of message, it's AR. Okay? Da-da. That's the last of that message. Okay? And if you're done with contact, you're going to send AR. If that was an R, which it wasn't. Okay, AR. And then SK. SK means end of contact. So I'm going to send, that's the end of my message, and I'm ending the contact with you. End of message. End of contact. Da-da-da-da-dit. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And you're going to send me back 73, whatever you want to send back to say to me, this is .de, this is, and your call letters, and you're just gonna go dit. You got the message, goodbye. And I'm gonna go dit back, meaning I heard you. Now, if this is anything official, I don't know, but this is what people do. So that's how you're going to hear it if you get on there and practice. Okay? I'm not going to go any further with this. Those are some really common signs you'll use almost every day and all the time. Other people use all kinds of prosigns, and it throws me for a loop sometimes because it's something I didn't hear before, or I haven't heard in a long time and I forgot what's what. You know, you'll hear commas and asterisks and all kinds of stuff like that, and I just don't keep up with that because I don't ever use them, and I don't know too many people that use them, but I do hear them occasionally. And I want to give you some advice right now at the end of this. This is the end of the deal, so I want to give you some advice. My best advice to you is to get on a frequency and listen to people that you can follow. Use a keyboard to start with until you get to where you're getting it all without the keyboard if you want to. But if you need a record of what you're doing, you should use a keyboard. You know, if you're taking down a message, that the reason I always use a keyboard, two reasons. One is that's how I learned it. That's how the Navy taught me. And two is it makes a record. If I get lost, I can go back and see. You know, if I get lost when I make the break with the person, I can go back and see what they said and catch back up to them. So anyway, I recommend that to you certainly at first. I know a lot of people will not recommend that to you. It's owing to how you want to do it. If you have just a really natural ear and you're picking this up and you're hearing it just fine, great. I mean, that is just super awesome. I don't. I have to copy it down, but I know that there are people that do, and at a very high speed. And some of you will get to a very high speed, but you gotta learn it first. So the other thing I want to tell you is I use this key, and I didn't really go over it very much like I did with the other things in detail. By now you should understand dot it, did you should understand no dits and no das. It's all rhythm patterns. So when you see a pro sign, you can look on the internet 1,000 places to find pro signs and abbreviations and cue signals. And I would recommend that you do that and either have it where you can see it in the shack, or print it out where you can have it next to you in the shack or something, so you can, until you're really comfortable with it all. That will help you immensely. So please hit like and subscribe. That's my commercial. And if you have any questions, though, honestly, if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask me a question. Put it in the comments, or you can email me. Like I said earlier, you can qrz.com, email me, or if you want to, also if you want to set up a sked and try to communicate, email me that when it's convenient for you. I'm retired, so it's a lot easier for me. It's a lot easier for me if you give me a time and I can try to meet you. But also bear in mind it needs to be a time when the band is going to be, depending on where you are in the world, the band will be pretty reasonable for that. So if you're somebody in Houston, it's going to be tough to communicate being that close together. But if you're in other parts of the country, it won't be a problem, or other parts of the world. So I've enjoyed making these videos. It's been a joy for me. I didn't realize people were really interested in it, but apparently you are, and I thank you so much. It's been just a joy for me. I'm going to keep making videos on this YouTube channel, because I found that it's kind of a source of revenue. I hated to monetize it, but I needed to do it because frankly it's going to keep me from having to get a part-time job, because I have the radio habit and others that Social Security just isn't supporting. So I'm going to keep doing other videos. So please keep a watch on my video channel and share it as often as you possibly can. So I just appreciate that. I need it badly, and I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you soon. 73s from W5 FIV.